Morning everyone, back here at Ray 5. Give you a little look at the garden since we've started having some jungle temperatures, I guess is what I call them. This here is a roll of acorn squash here. It's been in the ground, I guess about 4 days, so it's pretty new. You know, we've got a lot of empty space, but you know, we rotate all our squash, zucchinis and stuff like that every 3 weeks, so you know, we have to keep a lot of space. These here are the eggplant, and I think we put in, I think there's 200 of them. And then here we have our python slicing cucumbers, and they're looking really nice. This here is the earliest run of squash we just put in. They're pretty young. And then you can see over here we are actually getting flowers and small fruit on our scallop squash and our zucchini. You know, it's looking extremely nice since the weather's finally changed and got something going for us. But you can see there's a bunch of it down through here. So we should have squash and zucchini next week anyway. Now maybe not Saturday, but next week we should be pretty much covered up with squash and zucchini. And then we've got our okra in here. You can see where I've mulched in. It's a green mulch here, and all my rows of okra. And I'll just let this lay here and compost all year long since it's a full year crop on okra. November we'll pull the plastic and just till all this stuff in. Add some organic matter to the garden, you know, maybe help my sandy soil out a little bit and give me a little bit of hold on the lime and the fertilizer we put in, because it leaches pretty bad with all this sand we got. So we're trying to figure out a way to add some organic matter. You can see we've got 4 rows started. We just hadn't run them all the way down yet. But the okra is finally doing something. You know, it sat here and kind of hovered for 2 weeks at about this height, but the last 2 or 3 days it's really come on, because you know, okra likes, you know, it likes it hot. So it's getting there. And then over there, that's all the winter stuff, the potatoes. There's 11 rows of it. And looking at the weather, and you know, some of the stuff's already trying to bolt. It'll all be coming up and out. You know, that's the thing about spring green season in Arkansas. I mean, sometimes it'll last a month and a half, sometimes it'll only last 3 weeks. You know, we're pushing 90 degrees this week, so it kind of fades away pretty quick. Them greens like to bolt when it starts getting that hot. So we'll have greens for a couple of more weeks, and then those 11 rows will get pulled up, come out of here, new plastic put in, and ready for something else. But that's a look. I don't see, way over there in the corner, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 8 rows of green beans, and they're up about 6-8 inches tall. They're looking good. So they'll be coming on, I guess it's probably another 30 days to go with all these new potatoes I got in. So hopefully everything will still work out and the bugs will leave us alone. We've been lucky this year. I've not seen very few cucumber beetles. So it's been a good year so far. I've not had to spray anything of any kind, so that's been good. But that's a look at it early in the morning. The sun's right now starting to break the trees. I went down and checked on the pigs this morning. We had a litter 2 days ago, a big sow farrowed, and then our other hamp farrowed last night. I think she had 10 or 11. I was just looking at her this morning, didn't get real close to her. I mean, didn't want to mess with the babies and have her get up and take a chance on getting one of them. So I think right now we're at 10, 20, 30, about close to 40 babies, 40 little pigs, and we've got 2 more to farrow here in the next month. So we ought to be pushing 60 plus pigs. And then over in the summer, we've got about 5 more to farrow. So by the fall, we'll have 100 pigs on the ground, which is good for us. That's what we're shooting for, 100 pigs twice a year. So there you go. That's a look, and I'll give you some updates as we keep going. You can see them pretty flowers in there on that squash. And y'all have a good day.